Hi everyone, John, B-Man Saunders again. First of all, I want to really apologise for the video that's coming up, that I put the camera behind me instead of in front. So a lot of it was filmed with my back showing you, back of my arm and that, and I apologise for that. But keep watching, it's not that boring. Even about half the video sort of shows that. The second half is a lot better, so put up with me back and it won't happen again. I apologise for having the camera behind. So here we go then, let's have a look, see how we're getting on with doing these nukes. Right, I've come up the apiary today to make up some nukes, 3 nukes for the queens that I've got, the queen cells on another video, making queen cells or queens. So you can have a look at that on my channel. So I'm basically going to break one of these boxes down and make it into 3 nukes, and the 4th queen that I've got in my other apiary, the queen cell which I've grown, I'm going to leave for that colony. So just want 3 nukes. Here we go then, making up 3 nukes. Hope you find it interesting. Main thing is I find the queen. I've got a queen catcher here ready, so I need to catch the queen. So I've broke this box in 2. This is the bottom part. We're basically just really looking for the queen now, and then we can take what frames we want to break it up into 3 nukes, because it's a double brood box. We've got loads in here. I'm just looking for the queen really. I know that she's marked red. I'll have an idea what we've got while we're looking through. We've got 2 straws, 2 frames of honey there. We need a honey frame in each nuke. I've got loads of honey already. Right, this is the pollen. I know this is mostly a bit of pollen, but mostly actually brood, a young, very young brood. So the queen could be on here. Be nice to find her quite quickly. This is a nice one to put in a brood frame, in a nuke box, because it's got loads of cat brood on there. That's got cat brood on it. Still looking for the queen. There's a bee there, look, with red pollen. Where's it gone? That's interesting. No, it's gone now, but there's a bee with really red pollen. It was so red I thought it was the queen at first. That's interesting. It's gone now. One there doing the waggle dance. It's not an elder queen anyway. Let's hope we find the queen on this. Oh, there's loads of pollen on that one. That's a good one for the brood box, for the nuke. There's a lot of pollen on that. I see her on there. I've got a little pen in my pocket here. I'll put P for pollen on there. There. P for pollen. There's loads of pollen on there as well. And there's pollen in that one. There's another good one for the nuke. No queen on there. That's a P for pollen. Quite a few drones on this one. Yeah, look, see, a lot of drones on there. The big fat ones. But there's no queen on this, I don't think. Could be on the last one, but unlikely. We'll have a look just in case. These normally crack these little ones. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'll leave that because I reckon she's in the top. I think I would have seen her. We'll have a quick look in the top one. We'll go in this top box now, see if she's in here. Hopefully we'll see her in here. We've got the queen catcher ready. Let's have a little look in the top box. It's not in there. Let's have a little look. There's less bees in here now because they've flown back to the, well, there's a good one for a nuke there. It's full of cat brood. Right, the queen's not on there. If you can see easier, I'll turn that round so I can see what's happening. You can see easier on the frame when you've moved the box, because a lot of the flying bees have gone back. So I've just moved this box, 3 foot, the top box. Hopefully the queen's in here and we can find her. Where are you, Mrs. Queenie? We're looking for the queen. We've got quite a few bees in this hive, so sometimes it's a little more difficult to see it when you've got a double brood box, but you should see her. Don't panic. That's the answer. Whatever happens, don't panic, Mr. Manorin. There's a pollen frame. There's another pollen frame there. It's got good. Pollen. Well, we've got the queen here, look. She's just there. I can get her into here now. I think I've got her. Oh, there she is. There we go. Best to pick her up, I think. I'll pick her up. She's being a bit elusive. I'll pick her up on the wings. Put her in there. And that's that. It's better by the wings, see, because she didn't really want to go in there. Right. There she is. Look, see. There's your queen in the little cage. So now I'm safe to do what I want to do. We've got a good frame of cat brood there, look. That can go in. And the pollen, there's a pollen. Just let you see. See, that is all full of pollen. I don't know if you can make it out in the camera, but we'll put that next to the cat brood, there, down there, look. And we've got the cat brood. If I get another cat brood, I'm going to show you there now. That's the three I'm making up. Sorry. So we've got pollen, cat brood, pollen, cat brood, pollen, cat brood. There's a bit more cat brood there. Now I've got some there's a honey frame there, very large honey frame, that can go in there from another hive that I had, go there like that. I want an open frame there now, one where the queen will be able to lay eggs. That's a good brood one. There's 3 of the nucleus hives I made up from that one hive. We've got 3 different colours there, 3 different types of nucleus. So when the queens emerge, they've got more chance of going in their right hive, completely different boxes. Though they're all facing the same way, would be better if one was facing the other way or something, but you can see they're pretty active. And I'll show you inside the centre one. Take the lid off. It's one of them with the glass top, so it's easy to see. Although open them up. This one here was a pollen frame. This one was cat brood. This one was a cat brood, this frame. The 4th one was open, was a frame with open cells so the queen can lay in it. And this one, the 5th one, was honey. It was a whole frame of honey, which I put in there. So you've got the 5 frames, so plenty going on. We'll have to see later on whether or not the queen is actually laying or not. So, and she's mated successfully. But that's what the nucleus looked like when I split them all up. They was all in the same condition like that, the 5 frames. Okay. Right, this nucleus had a queen cell in it, so all I'm doing now, I'm not going to go through the hive, I'm just going to see whether she's emerged, because it was 2 days ago that I put the cell in. 2 cells had queens emerged from them, and this one had not emerged. I just put the cell in there. I'm just going to see whether or not she did come out, if I can get that out without causing too much stress on the bees. Very gently moving that over. There's probably a virgin queen in there somewhere, but I'm only getting this roller cage. Now that's took the roller cage out. Looks like that one's died in there. Oh no, it's actually, look, there it is, coming out. Well, I never. Well, I never. Look, there's the queen just gone in. Cool. Then if you caught that, I thought it was dead. Cool. Just run down in there, the virgin queen. For some reason, it hadn't got out. It was definitely due to be out yesterday. So there we are, it's the virgin queen in there now. Look at that. There we are. You can see where I just, and hopefully you saw it go in. I was quite surprised it wasn't dead. So I'll pop that back. I'll close this up. I'll tell you what, I have got a dummy board I'm going to put in there in a minute. did you see how the virgin queen just ran down in after I opened it up? That's exactly the same as what happened to the other 2 hives where I released the virgin queen. I just put her on the top bar and she ran in. Same as what she's just done now. They're not going to attack it because it's a virgin. So that's easy to introduce a virgin queen into the nucleus like that. I might actually move all these over to the centre rather than have a big gap either side. There we are. Let's that down. We know we got a virgin queen in that one. See, the others was just the same, except I released the queen onto the frame. I released the virgin queen straight out. This one on the left, it hadn't emerged, so I just put the sow in there. So I'm surprised 2 days later it wasn't out. So that's 17 days instead of 16. There's the other 2 queen cells to show you. Now these are the ones, these actually did emerge. These did, you know, they came out into the cages, and that's where I let the live virgin queens into the 5-frame nucleus. So you can take them off of there just to show you. Take it off of that. So you can see it a little bit better. That's it. So you can see there where the queen has came out. There's a little caplet on the end of it. She's eaten her way out. See all right? There, that's a better shot. Look, you can see the end chewed away. That seems okay, doesn't it? So she went out into the roller, it was in there like that, and I just opened the end up like that, let her out into the 5-frame nuke. She ran in just like the other one did just now. Simple. So that's them, they're all okay. We've got to see the next stage now. There's the other one, look. That's the other one that emerged, see? Got the cap on there. I've kept them so that I can show the school children when I do school talks. Okay then, all we've got to do now is check the one up that I left behind. I left the queen cell behind in the big hive that was a little bit defensive. I left them with one of the queen cells. Well, I need to check that it has emerged. That was another interesting turnout, wasn't it? I couldn't believe it when that queen emerged. Now, if you think 4 cells, they all grew the cells in about the same time, the same day they started, the same day they were capped practically, and 2 days ago 2 of them had emerged. I definitely thought the other 2 would be emerged, so it was a complete shock to me when I found it still sealed the top. So one thing I want to say to everyone is, whatever you do, don't do what I've just done and shake the cell. I should never have done that. I shook the cell to get the bees off to have a look in there, because I was almost certain that it would be emerged. And you know, I could have killed the queen by shaking it so hard like that. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just took the cap off and had a look at it instead of doing what I'd done. So that was a mistake. So that's something I've learned. I mustn't do that again, just in case they have emerged. They haven't emerged, I mean. So it didn't damage the queen. by opening the top up, because it was definitely due to come today, you know, late anyway, so no harm done, I don't think. So hope we've all learned something by my mistake there. And one was the camera round the back, I shouldn't have done that, I have it in front in future. And the second one, don't shake, don't shake the queen cell, whatever I do. Okay then, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again. I will be sending out another video on the second part of this in 2 weeks time, when we check to see whether the virgin queens went out and were mated successfully and they're laying eggs. So I'll do a separate video on that, so look forward to that, part 2. So bye now from John B. Man Saunders. See you all again.